Welcome back to my Top 10 series. Today we'll look at what I think are the 10 best soundtracks we could find while on Disney rides. Unfortunately, I won't be including the actual music out of fear I'll be copyrighted into oblivion, but let me know some of your favorite songs in the comments. But before we get started, I just want to say that I started a Patreon with the link in the description. So if you enjoy my channel and want to help it grow, consider joining. But without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy this list. Frozen Ever After isn't exactly reinventing the wheel with its soundtrack, but it's a little unfair to compare this ride to other attractions that don't have movies to pull from. All you could ask for these types of rides is that the songs flow seamlessly from scene to scene, and I feel like this attraction does a great job of that. And anyone with Little Frozen fans know all the hits. Do You Want to Build a Snowman? In Summer, The First Time in Forever, and of course, Let It Go. I feel they blend well with the story they're trying to tell, and you'll be humming these songs until you're back in your hotel room. The advantage of attractions being built off of older Disney IPs is that most fans already know the songs. So, of course, the Snow White soundtrack from 1938 already has a leg up on the competition. The silly song instrumental that plays throughout the queue and the start of the ride is a perfect segue for when you hear Hi Ho in the mine scene. The very end of this ride, when you see the Wicked Queen outside of the Dwarven Cottage, is where most people discover their passion for yodeling from the silly song proper, before heading back into the station where the instrumental starts to loop again. And yes, that's the actual name of the song. Everything I just said about the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is reversed when it comes to the Navi River Journey. Being one of the newer attractions that Disney has to offer, the Shaman song made for this ride will be stuck in your head for the rest of your stay in Animal Kingdom. Created in 2015 and released with this attraction in 2017, the song is reverberating throughout the small boat ride. It adds a bit of wonderment and atmosphere that the green screens used for this ride is severely lacking. The climax of this attraction is the lifelike shaman animatronic performing her song, but in pure Disney fashion, this animatronic is only operational when it feels like working. Sadly, the song is the only highlight in the boring but beautiful ride experience. Have you ever thought what it would be like to be in a limo with Aerosmith, racing through the streets of LA trying to get to an Aerosmith concert on time, all while your favorite Aerosmith songs blast overhead? Yeah, me either. But hey, at least the ride and music is okay, and all your favorite songs are here, from Sweet Emotion, Lovin' an Elevator, Nine Lives, Walk This Way, Back in the Saddle, Dude, and FINE. It's a pretty good best of collection for this classic band's discography. When it comes to Small World's music, you're either in one of two camps. Either you can't stand it, or you tolerate it because of its history. And it wouldn't make this list if I was in the first camp. But I think we all could agree that if you ask a random person on the street to name a song that appears in Disney World, this song would probably be the one that they start singing even if they never been into the parks. But this song isn't without controversy. In 2009, a man sued Disneyland for $8,000 for the ride breaking down for a half hour as the song became too much for him to handle. I've seen people have really negative reactions to the song in person, but for me, I accept it for what it is. An underrated song for an underrated attraction. When I did my top 10 Disney ride scene video, I was surprised of how many of you said the concert scene at the end of this ride was one of your favorites, but I'm here for it. I love it when rides that aren't as popular as I think they should be get their flowers, and this soundtrack is a big reason why. Supposedly, this attraction is getting an update in the form of the movie Coco. So if you haven't experienced this ride or soundtrack, make it a point to do so before 2026, which is the rumored time of the change. You won't find a better song from Tomorrowland to Fantasyland. If you watch my Disney Ride Lore video on the People Mover, you'll know that this was changed to a song known as The Best Time of Your Life. In 1974, then sponsor General Electric attempted to persuade potential buyers to buy GE products sooner rather than later by changing the song. With the idea, the original song Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow made consumers passive and would put off large purchases for later. Luckily for us, it was changed back in 1993. So next time you're on this attraction, make sure to sing this song to stick it to the man. One Little Spark from Journey into Imagination with Figment is the best song Epcot has ever made. Original songs made for this park not tied to a Disney movie have a weird problem of sounding like a soundtrack from an 80s employee training video. While admittedly a bit dated, the chorus is still catchy and nostalgic enough to make you forget that Mickey pretzels are $8. In 2021, an acoustic version of the song performed by Ivor Heath was used in an advertisement for Advent Health, becoming the official healthcare provider for Walt Disney World Resorts. So next time you go to a Disney doctor with a sore throat on your next vacation, think of the song while you're in the waiting room. These last two entries were written by the same person, which kinda gives away the next entry on this list. But I feel it's important that everyone knows the work of Imagineer Exitencio. He wrote the scores for such rides as World of Motion, the Country Bear Jamboree, Space Mountain, and Adventures Through Inner Space. But speaking purely for pirates, it's easy to forget the same song is playing throughout your journey from waiting online to onboarding. The flute and orchestral version is a nice and upbeat tune to get you excited to board your boat. The song proper once the ride starts is something we as Disney fans all look forward to singing along to once the time comes, and the tavern-style post-show version will forever be linked in my mind with fake coins and plastic swords from the gift shop. I'm sure you saw this coming a mile away, but the Haunted Mansion, in my opinion, is the best soundtrack to any Disney ride ever made. Exitencio's 1969 Grim Grinning Ghost is a classic, and similar to Pirates, you could hear the score played throughout the attraction in many different forms. A little off topic, but did you know not one but two breakfast cereal mascot voices are used for this ride? Paul Frees, who's the voice of the Ghost Host, also did commercials for Boo Berry that had a blueberry cereal version of Count Chocula. And the baritone singing voice for the bus in the graveyard scene is none other than Thurl Ravenscroft, who is the voice of Tony the Tiger. But whether or not you're a cereal or milk person first, I hope we all could agree that the Haunted Mansion is not only home to 999 happy haunts, but also houses the greatest soundtrack of all time. But that'll do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed what I think are the 10 best soundtracks to Disney rides. Let me know what entries you disagree with, as well as ones you think should have made the list. So until next time, drop a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe if I earned it, join the Patreon only if you can, and thank you for watching.